Alrighty, hello. How's it going, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Hope y'all are doing well. Yes, so we're back finally. With a little Rollerdrome, as you can see. Yeah, sorry for the lack of streams over the weekend. I was not planning to stream on Friday, because we had decided originally we were going to do another little bit of WoW. But not only did we not end up doing that, but it turned out to be good that we didn't, because I ended up having a really bad migraine on Friday, which unfortunately lost me like the whole day, as is kind of typical when I get one of those. But the extra unfortunate side effect is that Friday I was supposed to go get another booster, like vaccine booster shot and a flu shot, like at the same time. But unfortunately I had to postpone that for the following day, since I was kind of just in no shape to go anywhere. So that meant getting them Saturday, and I had to run a bunch of other errands, so I just couldn't really stream on Saturday, and then I just kind of felt sort of shitty on Sunday, so there just wasn't really a good time to do anything over the weekend. And I've just been busy with work otherwise, but, you know. Today, figured we'd give it a go. Alright. So, Rollerdrome. I don't think this is the default menu. I don't think it's always red like this. It's only like this because I have Out for Blood unlocked, which is... You unlock that after you beat the game, the main campaign, like, once. So obviously I have played and beaten this before, off stream. This is the first time I've ever streamed it. But, you know, I'm just gonna kind of start over. The question is, can I still do... I don't know if I can still do the main story. I hope so. Otherwise, I might have to like switch or delete my save data or something, because there is like, it's not really important, but there's like some sort of wraparound story stuff when you're playing the game. But once you've beaten it and you just have like all the levels unlocked, you can just kind of do them in whatever order you want. Whereas normally, like, you have to start with Matterhorn, and you basically unlock each level after either beating the first level, but, you know, you also typically have to, like, complete a handful of challenges. As you can see, like, I've got 10 out of 10 done in that one already. So usually, like, each stage or like level of a stage might require unlocking challenge or beating challenges, like just a certain amount of challenges, and you can go back and redo previous levels if you need to just unlock them. Doesn't matter which ones you do. Also, hey Al, how's it going? I am feeling better today, at least decent, but just want to check one more time. So the tutorials are just tutorials. Those are fine to probably skip if we don't get them. I'm just hoping we can still get the wraparound stuff for people who haven't seen it, but it's okay if not. I'm just going to kind of go. I mean, we could do like the Out for Blood stuff, but it's much harder, and I haven't played in a while, so. Happy to catch the stream. Yeah, happy to have you here. Sure, I'm very low on the leaderboard. I at least have an A on this level. I think my scores, they at least averaged out to like a B- or something. I do have like 1D. That's definitely not very good. This level's kind of hard though, because that one, I think that one has a boss. The boss itself is not hard, but the level preceding it is kind of rough, just because it's like it's a weird area. And it's one that I didn't like go back to replay to try to get particularly good at, because I wasn't really pursuing like S ranks or whatever the highest is. I'm pretty sure there's an S rank above A. This game is challenging, or at the very least it has like a decent skill ceiling. Like when you first play it, it takes some getting used to understand like how to move, how to shoot. It's not really that hard. It's just, it's different, and I've never been someone who's been overly into like Tony Hawk Pro Skater type games. Like I've played them. I've played skateboard games and shit like that. But I've never been particularly good at them because I don't really play them very much. So playing a game like this where you're on roller skates, performing tricks and shooting guns and stuff, it's all super cool. I love it. And the gunplay stuff is pretty easy, but I still am not the greatest at the the skating part of it, which you need to do to a small degree. Like it's how you reload your weapons is by performing tricks, and of course that you upgrade your score and stuff, and then, you know, doing challenges and shit like that. But let me just see. Okay, we can still explore the narrative. That's how it works. Okay. Yes. How's the sound balance, by the way?
You're joining us live at the Rollerdrome Arena in London. Morgan Frey and Casper X have been the clear breakouts today, each taking an early lead in their respective groups. No love lost in that rivalry. Morgan Frey, the reigning champ, and Casper X, who the experts are saying will take home this year's cup. Next up after the break is Kara Hassan, a new competitor to the sport and someone who showed great promise in the junior leagues. How will the rookie fare against the reigning champion score? Don't go anywhere.
So we're playing as Kara Hassan here. She's a beginner to the sport. Hello, Charlie. Thank you for the raid. How's it going, everybody? Cade, Charlie, Belly, Ari. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. About your qualifier in Berlin. I look forward to seeing you in action for myself. Welcome to the championship. It isn't what it used to be. Morgan Frey. Alright. I'm not gonna like read too much of this because I want to get into the action. But it's cool that you get these little narrative bits in between matches, so you can kind of like read up and explore stuff to kind of get like a little bit of the world building about like the world that this exists in. That, you know, for this sport, this sort of
Happy 34 Pog.
Happy 34 indeed. Thank you so much for the 34 months. Welcome back, Charlie. This game takes a lot of inspiration, I think, from Rollerball, like the movie, as well as a lot of other sort of like older sci-fi films from the time. Definitely has like that kind of like sort of dystopian political background to it. Combo tokens, trick tokens, yeah. All right. Don't touch my stuff. I'm going to throw away your note. I did not do that, I think, the first time I played, and I regretted it. You can check your email. I'm gonna like ignore this for now. All right, let's go. Whoop. All right. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to this again. The pistols are pretty good overall. When you're not running out of ammo anyway. Oop, did that one a little early. Okay. You usually want to do perfect dodges whenever you can, just to get that like little slowdown time bonus. Not only do you do more damage, but you get higher score, higher combo, etc. As you would expect. So with these like melee dudes, it's usually easy because you can just kind of bait out their attack. Just quick dodge it. And aim. Anyway, Charlie, how was the rest of your run? I'd like to get this, but I need to go off the ramp here. Right here. I lost my combo anyway. It's not going to be a particularly good score. Like I said, I'm rusty. It is what it is. That's terrible. Alright, I'm just gonna kill this guy so we can be done. Matterhorn is really easy. It's basically just the generic tutorial level. You only get the melee guys and then snipers. It's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. Way under my personal best, but again, super rusty. But yeah, just a second, guys. Just need to check a thing. What's that? Okay. Hopefully the sound balance is decent for you guys. I hope it's not like too loud. Let me know if it is. I will turn it down for sure. I don't want it to be like overpowering with the music. I have the game settings up like somewhat high, but I can obviously just lower that if need be. I'm a big fan of the music in this game in general. So you also may notice too that like in this game, for a lot of the challenges I have completed, most of them are like the ones you can do relatively easily, but there's definitely a few that like they'll just be like perform this trick, perform that trick. No shit, like on my first playthrough, I managed to still, like, without having to go back too much, I managed to get all the way through to the end without really fully understanding how to perform those tricks. They're really relatively simple. It's just I didn't really understand the way you were kind of meant to do movement originally. Like, I thought you always had to kind of keep holding forward on the left analog stick if you wanted to keep moving. And I would often just be holding X even though you don't need to. You hold X basically when you want to jump, and you generally want to wait until you hit like a ramp or something so that you can get extra air. Circle is dodge. There's no just like straight reload. Like I said, you have to perform tricks in order to reload. And what that requires generally is if you dodge something, you'll usually get a little bit of ammo back, especially if it's a perfect dodge, and if you go into like that slow down, bullet time mode. There's a number of things that'll just reward you with reload ammo, but generally the rest of the time you have to perform tricks, which can just be as easy as just like jumping and then just holding the analog stick in different directions to kind of like flip around and stuff. But otherwise you want to like hold square to kind of do different grabs, so you're just different air grabs. And again, if you're just doing like a simple hold the direction plus square or something like that, works well enough. But a number of the time if you want to do something more complicated, you got to do like more specific inputs. So you'll like hit the analog stick right, left, or left, right, or right twice, or up, down, etc. before hitting square. And that'll like give you a more specific type of grab for better points usually. And then you also want to vary it up. You don't want to do the same grab over and over again. So there's just kind of all of that. But yeah. All right. Are we still good here? I think so. Sorry for the background barks. My roommate was out briefly. All right, I guess we'll just go to the next level. Not every level has like narrative to explore, it's just certain ones. Why did I think this one was later? Or maybe it's a different canyon one that I'm thinking of. Or no, it might just be this one. The thing is, like I said, you can revisit levels to perform more challenges or whatever you want to do. But you can come back to them with like the weapons that you unlock as you go through. Because you start with just the dual pistols, but there's a shotgun, there's a grenade launcher, there's a I don't know what to call it. It's sort of a bouncy laser gun. So it's just like the 4 weapons. The bouncy laser gun thing, bolt thrower, is like, it's definitely the most high damaging one, but it requires kind of like being charged. And you can ricochet it so that you can like kill multiple enemies with a single shot, but it's kind of hard to do. So it's probably the one I use definitely the least throughout any play. Whereas for most levels and just encounters in general, I think I probably use the shotgun the most, because up close, it's not even specifically about being up close. You can use it from like a pretty decent range in general if you just wait a moment every time you aim, because you basically, if you focus your aim, you get a slug shot instead of like just a normal spread shot with a shotgun. So it just allows you to do like a lot of damage in a single shot from potentially a longer range if you just wait for a moment. Whereas the pistols you kind of need to be a little bit more spammy with. Then the grenade launcher you have to free aim, but it's kind of self-explanatory. It's a grenade launcher. Hey Anna, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right. I'm still otherwise not going to worry too much about what the challenges say. So the only other aspect that you generally want to keep in mind for like these levels is the combo meter on the right, which you can see like fills up just by doing damage even, but jump the gun on that one. Come on. Controller aim. Generally the best score you're gonna get is by completing the entire level without your combo ever like falling off. Getting a new enemy type now. Rocket guys. The rocket dudes are kind of annoying because they can shield, as you can see. They won't do it like when you're in like the precision aim mode. Come on. Shoot your shot. There you go. It's kind of difficult to do with the controller, but you can see that, like, you can just free aim with the pistols. This is a difficult game to really, like, chat during, but... so it's probably not one I'm going to play, like, a lot on stream, but it's definitely something that I wanted to stream. Because this game is, like, really fucking cool, frankly. And like I said, I've played it and I've beaten it before. I haven't done all the, like, Out for Blood stuff. I've only done, like, one level, I think. But that was all a while back, when I had a little bit of free time. Just got done with my chores and I'm now tearing apart cardboard boxes. Yeah, box breakdown. Always a thing I feel like I'm doing, like, a lot, especially during the holidays, because there's always... So normally, like, I'll have people come over here for doing, like, something Christmassy. And usually it's just for, like, my brother or my mom, whatever, or I'll go to their place or something. But yeah, we don't necessarily do, like, specifically, like, a Christmas Day thing. It'll be... We like to still do some sort of, like, small gift exchange between us, and, you know, my brother's birthday is the day after Christmas, so that's just yet another reason. So usually we'll have our, like, get together, like, Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas, you know, his birthday, one of the three. And then we'll give each other some gifts, have some dinner or something, you know, call it a night. But, you know, because of the way we normally do that, we usually have, like, a lot of the gifts, like, shipped to the same place if we're just, like, ordering stuff online or whatever. So, you know, here right now, between me and Daedra, there's, like, there's tons of fucking boxes. It's your former father-in-law's birthday, too? Yeah. Okay, so the summit... Which one is the... Wait, is it the... It's not the summit that is the boss after, right? That wouldn't make sense. It would make more sense for it to be after the mall, but... Maybe it's not until after the... I think it's the Eiger Resort. Because there's only, like, 2 bosses in the game, and it's, like, after you finish quarters, I think, and then one in the final. Because the levels themselves, like... This is a game that, like... It's not so much that you don't expect bosses, but it's challenging enough without them. And so if anything else, the boss fights they're not really that hard. They're kind of just a unique thing. They just sort of get, like, put on to the end of a level, like it's like a second stage to the level. But like I said, there's only like 2 in the game. The rest is just kind of like the levels themselves are tough. And the enemies and stuff get progressively harder. Like, not only do their behavior doesn't so much change, except for maybe on Out for Blood, but you'll get more waves of enemies and stuff like that. You'll get, as you go on, you kind of get, like, less melee dudes, but you'll get, like, lots of snipers, lots of the rocket guys, but you'll start seeing other types of enemies. I won't necessarily spoil what they all are, but I don't know if we'll see any new this level, but we'll start seeing them soon. I always forget that I have to press A to start. Just fucking stand there. Oh, I got the shotgun now. Okay. That's right. It's less. Why is my controller being weird? So you can see that like line centering there. I fucked up. I fucked that up too. No, I didn't get enough there. This is why this level is hard, because you get that stupid gap right there. Oops. Get your shield down already. By the way, if it wasn't obvious, like the health, Kara's health is in the upper left-hand corner. Enemies will drop these little green blips when they die, which will heal you. Get that. Get this one first. Sometimes it's not about like killing enemies like super fast. If you want to like extend your combo, you gotta just like make sure you're getting kills consistently more. Easy enough.
Match victory.
Glad I don't have to go somewhere to throw the boxes away. I just make them into bunny litter. Oh yeah, smart. That's cool. Oh, I got a new challenge by accident there. Okay. I haven't really been paying attention to the challenges, so I imagine. Oh yeah, that's definitely a much. Oh, whoa. So close to an S. That's surprising. I did not feel like I did that super well. I'm better at this, despite being rusty, because I haven't played in, like, I don't know, a couple months. Whenever this game came out, basically, is when I played it for, like, a week or so, just here and there. I'm still better at this now than I was when I first played this, for sure, because when I first played this, it was very awkward for me to get used to the skating part of it. Particularly in a level like this with that fucking gap there, I was falling all the time. There's a couple levels that, you know, like the mall here. This one's a little rough because, like, there's enemies on upper levels of it, and the upper levels are kind of awkward to get up to. And it's not so much that you can't shoot them from below, but you'll see what I mean. I'm sure people have figured out, like, easy ways to get there consistently. I've only found, like, a couple of routes that, like, take you up there, like, easy, but even those are, like, really easy to fall off of. Houston Mall. Right, so it's 2030. Not exactly super far-flung future. Just far enough to be believably dystopian. In that, you know, people enjoy watching televised blood sport. I don't really know what the deal is when it comes to the, I forget what the hell they call them. House players. So, I don't know what they call your character in terms of the sport. Either just a player, runner, skater. I don't fucking know. They pretty much speak. They talk about all the challengers kind of by name, and then house players are all the enemies that you're fighting. That's what their like colloquial term for all of them. You could try to remember to eliminate a house player while writing. That's really not that hard. Just a matter of remembering to do it. Oh, I have all the weapons unlocked. I didn't even realize that, right? Because I don't know why I would not have them unlocked, because again, we're not starting from scratch, technically. Oh, not that. He's still got his shield? Weird. But the explosive would have done him in there. Haven't really shown off the wall ride yet, but there you go. That's right, I guess that isn't a one-shot normally. Your dodge ruined my... or the dodge ruined my, collection here. Combo's still going. Pay attention. It's way too late. Enough. These levels get pretty hard. I realize it can probably already look sort of confusing when the camera's going all over the place because of my movement. Just to make a special noise because of the double kill, or I don't think there was a challenge for that I didn't already get. Just give me the token. Did lose my combo at some point though, so oh well. Not gonna be the greatest. This is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, you can see that there's portions of this mall that are difficult to get to. It's easier going from this way, I think. This isn't the only mall level. The other one, I don't know if I'd say it's harder, but it's got kind of the same issue. Wait, I'm supposed to... Hold on, buddy. Hold on. I need to get a good angle here. This is not it. There we go. It's really scuffed. Okay, we got shield enemies now. These guys like to launch mines all over the place. Which can still be perfect dodged. Switch weapons. Not yet. So Kara's momentum doesn't really matter what you're doing. You can dodge anywhere, anytime. Should hit. Come on, you can make it. There you go. You do some of this guy. Wait, what? I did not mean to switch at the last second there. Shit, I have no ammo. Hold on a second. I'm getting work messages. That's fine. I can worry about that later. All right. Sorry about that. It's the same year as the EU countries are supposed to reach certain climate goals. I kind of skipped over some of the like world building stuff in the first narrative thing, but I'm sure there's some explanation. There's definitely more explanation about the world they exist in. I mean, it's supposed to be Earth and all that. Just I don't exactly remember the story or what they try to set up, but you know, it's like I said, it's kind of that like sort of dystopian blood sport political future thing. Like I said, it reminds me a lot, and I feel it's probably inspired by Rollerball, the film. Not so much the remake that was really bad, but also like some other movies and books, I imagine too. In the living room, one of the bunnies is dream twitching hard. I want to say Cisco, like, he doesn't really... He does... Oh, wow, that was terrible. I did, This particular level is one that I've never been very good at, as you can see. I've apparently never gotten past C with this one. There's just not a lot of ways up onto the second floor, or the second floor balcony, without kind of, like, taking the one route to get there. And it's just like a really long level because of certain things. Like I completed it within the time parameter, but not by anywhere near as much as would have been good. Shitty combo. I didn't really do very many tricks, so I was a little focused on dodging. Anyway. Yeah, Cisco, he does get a little twitchy when he sleeps, but, you know, not, overly so, I would say. But he does on occasion get a little silly with it. Sure, we can explore the narrative.
There are some promising new contenders in the quarters, among them Osun Mi, Lola Igwe, and Kara Hassan, who will each be taking part in tomorrow's round at Echo Basin. Meanwhile, Casper X continued his pursuit for the title, running circles around the house players. However, he still can't seem to catch Morgan Frey, who continues to be the one to beat this year. Now, I don't know about you, but in my opinion, this is proving to be an unmissable championship. And from what I hear, the
Plastic.
have plans to make it even more spectacular. So watch this space. We'll be back after the break with more Rollerdrome coverage.
I don't know if I ever noticed before originally, but like you can just hear Kara's skates while you're moving around. I mean, it makes sense. Like she's usually just in some sort of locker room or something before, you know, heading out to her match. So I guess Lola Igwe didn't make it. So what I was trying to say before is like the house players, I don't know if they just straight up die with what you're doing or if they, because they get like teleported into the arena. So I don't know if they have some sort of means of not dying, but the actual challengers, the players, you know, like we're playing, it would appear like they do die. Like this is a straight up like death sport for them at least. All right, I've seen what they have in store for the next round. The rounds they're really out to destroy us this time. I've tried to bring it up. I should just be reading the actual plain text. I tried to bring it up when I was on air, but they cut me off as soon as I started. Morgan. So yeah, there's protests. Matterhorn, I want to say, is like the big corporation behind this sport that, like, you know, funds, promotes, etc. Casper being a douchebag. Yeah, New Action Army, I guess they're kind of like political rebels, sort of. What else we got?
I don't give a fuck what he has to say for himself. Oh, not this again. I'm not going to be quiet. This is ridiculous. He's making us look like pushovers.
Right, but to play devil's advocate...
Oh, don't start. Don't. I was working on the Matterhorn police takeover before all of this. Now, that is journalism.
Okay, well, to play devil's advocate, the audience is enormous this year, and it's just a bit of extra coverage.
You know perfectly well what this is. It's insidious. Seriously, I'm going to quit.
Oh, come on, you're a freelancer.
What does that have to do with anything? I can still quit.
I'm not sure anyone would notice.
Oh, shut up.
I can still quit. Understandable. Genuinely so. House player recruitment. Right, okay. Following benefits will apply to all house players taking part of the Rollerdrome Championship. House player payment increases 20% after each consecutive season. After 3 years of service, all house players will be awarded with free education and health care. All house players will receive a generous life insurance plan courtesy of XZ Bank. In the case of death, the family of the house player will be awarded the life insurance payout. So this is kind of what I'm getting at, is like, I don't know if the house like if this is just basically like bullshit, because there's like, oh yeah, after 3 years of service, but like, you know, you're straight up killing these people like every round. So either they don't actually die, or you know, it's just like, oh yeah, we'll promise you all these things. Like you'll get all these benefits after, you know, your 90-day evaluation period, but it's like you get thrust right in and then, you know, you get shot in the face. And it's just like, okay, cool beans. Because they're straight up volunteers. I don't remember if they get taken out of like some prison system or something, but it is voluntary. At least to some degree anyway. Okay. Good enough. Let's go. So the only other thing, like, when you're playing this the first time, when you're playing this for the first time, you will get a lot of tutorials, particularly as you unlock new weapons. So because I'm not playing this for the first time, you know, all that stuff is done already. To get over there at some point. Oh, new enemy time. These guys are annoying. So if you're wondering, as you can see, these guys, you know, they shoot big ass laser beams at you, which leave a burning trail on the ground on top of that. And then furthermore, they teleport as soon as you hit them once. That's why it's good to kind of do as much damage in a single hit as you can. Still not dead? Oh no. Oh man, I didn't want to fall there. I was trying to change direction. Come on, fool. Alright, that one wasn't too bad.
Match victory.
I'm a little curious to see what challenge and or speed runs people do of this game. It's kind of hard to do this game like particularly fast, I think. Nice. Damage taken 1. Okay. 1 total? I feel like I got hit by a couple of like little fires there, but I don't know. So I think, like I said, I'm not going to be streaming this game regularly or anything like that. I might do it again in the future if I just want to do something short, because the main thing for me is, like, this game is fun, but like I said, it's a little difficult to do any kind of, like, chatting. Like, not only reading chat, but even just, like, actively talking, because there's so much, like, intensity going on. But even if I'm just, like, playing this game casually, I kind of like doing it in, like, piecemeal, sort of, like a couple levels at a time, usually. But yeah, I've got some other plans. Not tons of stuff. Like I said, I do think I am going to give Signalis another playthrough. To get the secret ending. So it's not going to be like anything super special. I probably just won't do like a long-ish playthrough of it. I'll try to go through it a little faster and just make sure that I'm doing the things necessary to get the ending. But I'll probably, like, avoid a number of enemies that I don't need to kill because, you know, there's just not going to be as much point, since I've already kind of done everything story-wise in the game aside from just getting the different endings. And then, yeah, I've got other games I might want to play, but I was thinking about possibly doing some more Elden Ring stuff, actually. I haven't decided what yet. I know the Coliseum has got people kind of, like, coming back to doing, like, PvP stuff, and I do need to make a PvP build on my high-level character on my main account, because, well, I haven't played him much in the last couple updates, and you know, he's in like New Game Plus 2 or something like that, but his setup is super jank right now. Like, he's not very good. The last couple times that I've changed him, he was like super overpowered strong before, but I was just like, okay, I don't want to do like this bleed build anymore, so I'll do this other thing, and then I'm just like, it's kind of weak now, so I gotta adjust. Alright. I'm gonna try to, like, switch up the weapons here and there. Oop, fuck that up. Don't have enough ammo. Whoa. Some unintentional error on that one. So much fire. Holy shit. Alright, there we go. don't think I get the... No, I did get the combo. Okay. Guy, please. Thank you. Too many laser boys. Too early. Oop. So hey, Winterheart, how's it going? Good to see you. Sorry, it's a little hard to read chat at the moment. This level got chaotic. Oh, it's you. Okay. See these red missiles? Those ones are... They're not undodgeable or anything. They're a little harder to get out of the way of, though. Ouch. They're not, the enemies are not like other competitors. They are specifically house players. So they are just the gladiators in this arena that you fight, basically. But they're not the competitors like the, like Kara, who you're playing, or the other named characters that you hear about. I feel like professional football would also benefit from the addition of firearms. Maybe. Gonna need to remodel their room with some platforms and extra bunny proofing. So to do it a bit because I've already have all the material I need, like scrap wood and such. Can't do much at the time, or at a time, and need several days in between because of my energy levels, but there's no need for me to be done at a specific time. Well, it's nice that you can kind of just take your time with it. Yeah, melee weapons would kind of make more sense. You know, it's basically just kind of like cricket at that point, right? Or not cricket, sorry. Rugby. I don't know why I've confused the two of those. Tough level. All right. Give the kicker a crossbow for spice. Yeah, I could see that. So this one, I feel like I've done better than D before, but apparently not. But this one's tough. It's kind of got the same thing going on as the Civetta Summit. there's multiple gaps to fall down into. There's like a hidden room in one of it, in one part where enemies like to wait. And this one has a boss after it, actually, which gets included in the score. But this one's just tough because it's like difficult to get through it with like a long combo or quickly. Would changing the NFL to a Blood Bowl league justify the player salaries? I think so. In that regard, I think so. If grievous injury and death was on the table, I mean, don't get me wrong, football already has, to a degree, injury, like severe injury on the table. You know, sorry if, but American football, I mean. But yeah, don't get me wrong, like obviously a lot of players do make a rather hefty salary. I feel like in some cases, like, it depends on the sport, really. Like, I feel like a lot of them are just kind of like, all right, especially if you're playing at the pro level, like it seems justifiable for you to make like a good salary when injury is common, but also, you know, you're playing at the pro level, you expect to make good money out of it. If anything, of course, it's the, you know, it's the ownership and all that kind of stuff making the serious bank, and it's just kind of like, okay. I'd rather see the players get paid well. But yes, there are certainly, like, there's some people that are at the pro athlete level that are also, you know, very diva-ish, who don't seem like they should necessarily be paid a lot when not only do they act like divas, but maybe don't play a lot. In which case, it depends on the sport, because some of them have like better arrangements for this sort of shit, but there's definitely some where it's just like, yeah, you know, I feel like you shouldn't be maybe making that kind of money if you aren't doing, you know, a lot for the game or for your team or whatever. Look, I'm not really the type of person to have a great opinion about this because I don't really follow professional sports at all. I'm not really a huge fan of watching them most of the time. Even like the stuff that I would potentially watch that's like less pro, I don't really do that much either. Um, when I was young, I was more of a fan of just playing sports, but I don't really do that much these days. Like, I'm just too busy and just otherwise don't really have the interest anymore. Like I played, the longest running for me, sport wise, was baseball, which was more, I want to say, it's not to say that I had no interest in it, but you know, my parents, like my mom in particular, was a big fan of baseball and kind of wanted us to be into it. So, you know, it was one that, like, while we were never like pressured into it or anything like that, like I think that um we kept up with it a lot because of, you know, like, it was a much more meaningful thing for her. Um Whereas, like, by the time both my brother and I got like to a certain age, I think we had both kind of gotten just really felt sort of done with baseball. Which, to be fair, the leagues that we played, especially as older kids, like, they weren't great. Um, so it just kind of was not a sport that really felt very fun to do after a while. Also, hey Dodo. Um, but yeah, frankly, like I've never played football like in an actual organized sense. I've played it with people, obviously, but not like on a team regularly. I've played soccer, you know, American, the American footy, but even there, like that one I did when I was like particularly young and only for like a couple of years. Um, it's the same issue for football with me there. Like I just never really particularly enjoyed the aspect of running up and down a field. Um, Not because I didn't have the energy for it or anything, especially when I was a kid. It's just, you know, I just never really grasped an interest for those particular sports. Baseball, I felt, required a little bit more of a specific skill set that I was more interested in. It's not, I mean, they all require skill, but I liked the idea of being able to use like precision and strength in combination to, you know, hit a ball really hard and send it flying. Or, you know, catch like a line drive sent to second base or something like that, or shortstop, um, and just immediately take someone out, even though it feels shitty when that happens to you. But um, I feel like watching baseball, on the other hand, though, like I enjoyed playing it up to a certain point, but I hate watching baseball. Baseball is really boring to watch for me personally. Like if I had to watch a sport, I would rather watch like American football or possibly, you know, soccer type sports. Really, I prefer more combative sports anyways, like actual combative, like boxing or MMA type stuff. Like I can watch that stuff. I don't really seek it out these days, but every once in a while, like I'll watch videos online. I just don't watch like pay-per-view type shit. Uh, but yeah, in general, like particularly because I did like I guess it would be along with my sports accolades kind of, but I did take karate for like a few years in my like early teens. And even though it wasn't really treated as like a sport for fun, it was more of a discipline sort of thing. Like um I got a lot more enjoyment out of that than I did with like some other stuff. It still kind of fell apart for similar reasons. Like it was never a very big dojo to begin with. Like we joined it when they kind of considered themselves like a karate club almost. Like you had dues to pay and shit. But it was still like the same sort of school scenario. Like you'd go there and, you know, they'd teach you. But it fell apart because the guy who was like the sensei there, um, like the main teacher, he got arrested for some really not so great shit, let's say. Um, which was a surprise to many people. It wasn't like people saw it coming necessarily. I mean, he was kind of a dick, but like that specifically was not something people were expecting. So his subordinates basically were just like, well, we don't want this to like end, so we're gonna revamp this and rename it, and we'll move locations. So they did all that, and we kind of kept up with it for a while, but it just, you know, in those days, especially when I was young and still doing like school and all that kind of stuff, all this was like after school or whatever. Like even when I was doing my homeschool, this was all considered something like, oh, it's extra credit. And we were doing like Boy Scouts and, or sorry, they just call it the Scouts now, but we were doing a lot of shit. And after a while, it's just like certain things are just going to fall by the wayside because you got, you know, we had growing up, both my parents worked full time. My brother and I, like, we'd go to school when we were going to school, and then later on we were homeschooled because my parents, my mom especially, hated the public school system in America, which, you know, it legitimately sucks. So I never really had any issue with it. The only problem for me is that, like, it just meant that because I was always introverted, the few friends that I had, I mostly saw at school. So that was kind of shitty for me because I never really got to see them anymore. Um, you know, but I still managed to make friends in other ways. Eventually, it was just that, like, not going to school 5 days a week like certainly made things easier when we had like a more freed up schedule kind of, but for the most part, just having all these like extracurricular things that we were doing on top of that, it became a little too much because like we were always trying to do like two different like sport type things and like throughout like the summer, potentially even winter at times, depending on what it was. Like throughout the year. So there'd be like a couple days a week that we'd be doing that. And once a week, we'd be doing some sort of like weekly, Cub Scout / Boy Scout meeting. Um, and doing all that shit. And then of course, like during the summer, that also meant, you know, doing these big campouts and shit. We also did winter camping. We had very active lives when we were younger. And I think after like we hit like our teens, like both my brother and I, because we had a lot of, you know, burgeoning adulthood stuff, you know, a lot of things going on, we just both really wanted breaks from just constantly doing shit. Wanted to laze about a little bit more and, you know, think about life, I guess, you know, prepare for adulthood a little bit. So eventually a lot of those sports kind of fell by the wayside. Karate ended up being the last like sport type thing that either of us really did. And then we both kept up with the Scouts for a while. And then once my parents split up, that was kind of like the final straw for that, because by then we used to belong to like this really big like troop slash pack for the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and then it got so big they had to split it off into a new one. So when they did that and we created like a new pack and a new troop, we had like a really small scout troop, which was cool, but it also meant that there was like a lot of responsibility to go around. So it never really felt like it was super chill. Anyway, sorry. Just checking one more thing. I have another. Okay. Just making sure these work messages are not pressing that I have to respond to immediately. They are not. I can do so after stream, although I probably won't stream super long. I'll go for like another hour. It's going to be kind of a short one today. Like I said, I don't even know how long it'll take me to get through the rest of these levels. I might even be able to just do all of them, honestly. And if I do that, then we'll just call it after I'm done. But, you know, there's only so much Rollerdrome I can do in a day. Because, like, again, it's just very high intensity. And I'm used to, when I played it off stream, I was much more used to just playing it in, like, small bursts. Because, A, I didn't have a lot of time. I was busy with work. And B, it's an intense game. So it's kind of like, you know, hey, let me do a level, maybe a couple levels, and then I'm good, you know? I felt that way about Fury. Fury, like, even though Fury is literally just, like, I don't know, 10 boss fights or something like that, you know, and I, you know, when I beat it off stream recently, I know that, like, for those of you who might have been around to see it, when I streamed Fury originally, I got to the 5th boss. I don't think I beat the 5th boss on stream. I don't even think I might have started the fight, but I don't think I really did much, if I did. So I made it about halfway, but by that point in time, like, I stopped playing Fury because I was frustrated with the 3rd boss, because for whatever reason, the 3rd boss in Fury, and I had the same experience when I replayed it off stream, although to much lesser frustration, there's just something wonky about the 3rd boss. Like, with the rest of them, like, getting the timings down for parries and shit like that in Fury is difficult in and of itself. But for some reason, the parry timings for the 3rd boss just don't seem like they make sense. They're just ever so slightly off with his animation, and I don't get it. But eventually you learn the timing anyway, because it's still consistent. It just doesn't seem like it looks right. And the other issue with the 3rd boss is just that he takes forever to die. Like, it's just it's an unnecessarily long fight, and it's probably one of the ones that people like the least because of how unnecessarily long it is. But when I went through the game off stream, I first tried every single boss except, well, when I got to the 3rd boss, he took me 2 tries. So I, like, died once, like a full death. And then I died several times to the 8th boss. I forget which number he is. The Flash, I think he's called. He's basically just another swordsman, so he doesn't really use ranged attacks at all. I mean, he can kind of send ranged things at you, sort of, but he's like you. He's just another katana wielding dude. So his fight is like a lot more it feels a lot more like a samurai duel, and he's really, you have to parry pretty much everything, so he's tough. And he took me the most tries out of anything in the game. But it still didn't really take that long, because, like, resetting didn't take long to get back to the same point. Unlike the 3rd boss, who if you die to, it's just like, oh great, now I gotta do all this for 20 minutes again. And then the only other boss that took me like 3 tries or something was the final boss, which is also an optional boss, but you know, depending on which ending you want to get. But yeah, like, that one is designed to be pretty tough, so I feel like I did pretty well considering. But yeah, even so, I wanted to beat Fury because it always bothered me that I never really went back to it. After just kind of getting frustrated, you know, by the time I beat the third boss. Like I said, the rest of the bosses really not that hard for me, at least. Because it was the same deal. Like once I got past the third boss this time off stream, like you know, it only took me a couple tries. Like got to the fourth boss, same thing, super easy. Fifth boss was like, he's like the first one that's like it's just a pure swordsman fight, so you're engaged like in melee most of the time, and you can try to shoot at him, but he just reflects stuff back at you, so you generally don't. Although there is like an achievement for like bouncing projectiles back and forth between you, since you can parry projectiles, although it's kind of difficult to do. Anyway, let me stop just chatting here. We should get into the, as much as I like this chill menu music, should get in here. Just make sure I'm caught up on chat. Feel the same way about Warframe. Yeah, I've only really watched a little bit of Warframe. I've never played it myself. The visual noise is a lot. Yeah, no, I feel you. Did some karate too, and judo, and some taekwondo. Didn't keep up with any of it for very long. Yeah, it was just Ishinru karate for my brother and I. We never really took anything else. Not that we had no interest in other like martial arts, enough to even kind of like look into them a little bit and try doing just like some stuff ourselves, but we never really like went to learn them or anything. Okay, sorry. Let me get started here and just stop yapping away. It's nice to have like a little break between levels. Okay. So like I said, this one's a little tough. I don't know how well I'll do score-wise, but there is a boss fight after it, and I do enjoy the boss fights. They're kind of easy, but that one challenge there, clear the first zone without going out of bounds, it's much harder than you think. It's so easy to fall off of shit in this. Coffin flip by the trick token. That's, but it's a 720. That's kind of, yeah, I don't know. Finish the run in a single combo. I think I've only ever done that on one level like once, and it was a level that I've done like repeatedly, and I was specifically trying to do it. Maybe we could at least do better than Fyodor Ostrovsky. Get a little something from that, perhaps. Ooh, that helicopter got a little close. Screwed up. Super reflex. It's okay. Oh, not good. Give me your health. I need it. Thank you. What the heck? Ken, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going, dude? How was your stream? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, everybody. Sorry, I'll try to like more... Whoops, I screwed that up. More officially welcome in everybody in just a second. Did he just blow himself up? I think he did, or at least somebody's missile did. Because I didn't do that. So much. Let me take a second here to welcome everybody here. There we go. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome in. What were you streaming? Zero Sieverts. I don't know if I know that one. What type of game is that? Pretty addicting game. Also, Zeal or Zeal. How's it going? Works in Theory. Welcome in. Max Warwick. Hello, hello. Come on, give me the. There you go. I have to like wall ride to get up to that one. Oh right, I forgot about the hidden room down here. Let's not worry about that too much. We're not going to get a great score on this level anyway with the way I'm doing this. Really? That didn't hit? Okay. Still not dead. So many laser boys in this level. There we go. It's a Tarkov style raid. Okay, but asymmetric looter shooter. I see. Single player. Nice. How are you enjoying Rollerdrome? Rollerdrome's a lot of fun. It's not my first time playing it, although it is my first time streaming it. I'm not particularly good, as you can see. Though I have beaten it before. With some amount of struggle. What? Okay, that was weird. Oh hey, I got that challenge. I guess we never fell. That's cool. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Nice to meet you too. Particularly a fan of the boss music in this. This version of the spider tank is really not too difficult. Especially if you just use the shotgun, frankly. Whee! Oops. Where did he teleport to? Over there? Never heard of this game. It's a really fun little indie game. Like, it definitely gets pretty intense. But it's kind of like a mix between like a high-speed Tony Hawk Pro Skater sort of game and I don't know, some sort of shooter. But the whole deal is basically just you perform challenges, you do like arena after arena. Like, there's a couple of bosses, not many really. This was one of them. And there is kind of like a bit of wraparound story. There's like a narrative to kind of follow, but it's not a penalty. We were very slow. It was slightly better D. Like I said, the boss is easy. The level preceding the boss, like the in the resort itself, I'm not very good at. It just takes too long. At least I didn't fall. That was nice. But yeah, I just, for whatever reason, that one's just kind of a struggle. Green Bay Mall is kind of rough. All the levels from here on out get a little bit difficult. Because we're going to get another new enemy type, I believe. The final one, as soon as we do this level, I believe. Unless I'm forgetting an enemy type. Yeah, you can see it there. Perfect dodge. The Stompers. Stomp attack. But yeah, so you got the club guys, so melee dudes, you got shield dudes who like to throw out mines. You got snipers, you got laser teleport snipers, and yeah, rocket guys, and then the big mechs. So that's all we've seen so far, and then what was that, like 6 or 7? And then there's the stompers. So that's all the enemy types there are, and you'll see the stompers in this. At least, like I said, I might be forgetting something, but I think that's all of them. Maybe. But yeah, Ken, the aesthetic of this game is really nice. It's kind of like a little bit similar. I don't know the term for, I don't remember the term for it, but it's kind of like the art from like Sable, and stuff like that. It's just very, everything looks kind of like hand drawn, but like not cell shaded, but I don't know, maybe kind of just very vibrant looking, sort of comic bookish in a way, sort of. Yes, it's a very stylish game. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the mall here. I guess we'll explore the narrative. Why not? Even though I don't really spend a lot of time reading stuff.
Attention passengers, this is the IC458 train to Green Bay. We are sorry to announce that the service is running approximately 15 minutes behind schedule. This is due to an earlier passenger incident.
It's meant to protect against the evil eye. That's right. This was in her locker before, and I don't think I interacted with it there, but it just says the same thing. So Morgan was like Kara's friend, sort of. Yeah, no, not sort of. I believe they were friends. She was, like, up till this point, you assumed she was alive. And she was kind of, like, potentially leading the pack with Casper Ix kind of being, like, in second place or something like that. Kind of gunning for champion spot. But yeah, so Morgan kind of helped you get into this contest in the first place, and unfortunately now she's dead, but you never really meet any of these people, like, face to face. You just kind of hear about them. I think maybe we overhear Casper at one point in this. This is his helmet. I'm surprised his head fits in this. Go snooping. Casper, a little birdie told me the house players are taking it easy on you. It must be nice to have friends in high places. Maybe you could put in a good word. I've been helpful to the team. Maybe they can be helpful to me. Daniel Murphy. Semis. Confident and focused. Morgan Frey, she wasn't up to the task. Kara San, I'll leave her in the dust. Training regime. Herculean. The future. Golden. I don't know. I guess those are like flashcards for his interviews. You skate like a rhino, and I don't mean that as a compliment. Right. So he's not like Casper's just kind of a douche in general.
Don't give me that shit again, Clarence. We are not in the clear yet. What about Hassan? Where the hell did she come from?
Don't worry about her. Our analysts predict she won't make it past Oxford.
Promises were made, Clarence. I'm doing my part, so I expect you to do yours.
Listen, Casper.
Right, he's French.
I very much enjoy my position, and I'm not going to let anyone ruin that for me. I'm clearing the path for you. You just need to keep your head down and focus on the game.
And those new Action Army hippies? I don't want my time in the spotlight ruined because one of them decides to plant a bomb or nail their hands to the arena.
Relax, Casper. It's taken care of.
All right. Here we go.
Attention passengers. We will not be stopping at St. Malt's due to a fire at the station. We are expecting to arrive at Green Bay just after 11:30.
Got our very own action figure. Well, we're not going to put it in defeat pose. Why would we do that? Victory pose all the way.
Passengers are reminded that advance checks are in operation. Please ensure you have your ticket and your ID ready to hand when arriving at your destination.
I'm kind of curious if she always has a shotgun in this. I imagine so, but I do use the shotgun a lot, and it always makes me wonder if it gives her whichever gun you use most frequently
If you see something
up to this
suspicious,
point.
speak to staff.
I don't know if you'd have the laser gun thingy unlocked by this point normally or not. You might. So this is the final enemy type we're going to be running into. 8 house player classes. Yeah? Oh, I have the wrong gun equipped. I was like, where's my thing? Ouch. So that's a stomper. For some reason I thought you had gotten stunned there, sir. Gotta keep the health high. try to anyway. Hello. Switch it up a little bit more here. Okay, enough of your red missiles, please. It's a little much. Whoa, she came to like a dead stop there. That was so weird. This game is certainly not without its difficulty. We've come close to dying a couple of times already. Alright. Where's the thing? Here it is. Get a wall right to that. Oh, I fell. Okay. It's so hard to stay up there. I can tell you right now, we are not getting a good score for this level. Okay.
Match victory.
What these fucking work messages, dude. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. I've done a lot better on this level because when I originally played this, I did this level like several times for practice because it's one of the harder, like, it's just genuinely one of the harder ones, especially since it's like your first introduction to the Stompers. But the mall itself, with just getting up to the second level consistently and staying up there is really weird because there's like a couple of little ramp boosts that'll get you there, but it's kind of hard to consistently do it without immediately falling right back down. The speed boost that you need to get up there. Okay. I had to write an email because I got a package to my mailbox without tracking, updating, or delivery notifications. The package was there for a couple days. Noticed when driving yesterday, the contents was oat milk and the frozen solid, of course. Since it was chocolate flavor, I can't use it for cooking either. It's grainy when if frozen and thawed. Doesn't sound great. I've had oat milk before, not chocolate, just kind of like regular, but I've never had it like frozen before. That doesn't sound great. I kind of want to start making some overnight oats. It's not really something I've done a lot of. I've tried them like in the past before, but never really put a lot of thought into it. I'd like to sort of maybe do that a little bit more as like something easy for like breakfast or lunch or whatever. Particularly that's kind of in the healthy realm. But I think I want to use oat milk for it too. I mean, I could use some other kind of milk, but it just kind of makes sense. Let's keep going. Zugspitz. This one, I feel like I didn't do much. I think this one was also really tough. It's another one that's got a bunch of gaps that you can fall down into, I think. Yeah, there's like 3 kind of general areas you can fall really easily. And some of the glass that's there, there might be like some secret rooms. The thing of it is like a lot of these arenas have like little hidden areas that you, like if a lot of the like easier challenges in each arena is like find all the combo tokens, and a lot of them will be like, there'll be another one like in one of those hidden areas, you know? So finding them, and sometimes they'll put it like an enemy in there too, so you'll get a little like confused and lose a bunch of time if you don't know that they're there. Perform a backbreaker flip by the trick token. Eliminate a house player whilst performing a floor sweeper grind. That sounds annoying, but I'll give it a shot. Can't hit you from there. Nice. Okay. Just eked that one out. Kind of like bounced off that dude. It's sort of weird. It doesn't usually happen. My combo. Okay, I don't know what happened to my dodge there. That was weird. Okay, let's... No, don't do this to me. I need your health, please. Thank you. Certainly are a lot of you right now. This dude. I was lucky. He got hit by a missile that was like in between him and me, or yeah. He just happened to be standing in the way. Ooh, that's not good. Hey, Saint Trina, how's it going? Sorry. Getting very focused. These levels do get pretty challenging. This is Rollerdrome, by the way. Super fantastic game. If you've never heard of it or played it, I highly recommend if you're into these sorts of sort of high skill ceiling games, if you will. Even if you're just into, you know, Tony Hawk Pro Skater style games. This obviously incorporates gunplay combat into it, gladiatorial arenas, but it's really fun. Like super, super fun. But it do be a little on the intense side. Alright. Okay. Let me continue. I'm sure our score is pretty bad. I'm not particularly good at the game. Like, if I practice this level a bunch, I'm sure I'd be fine. That's not as bad as I was expecting. Still not good. Obviously, we've gotten close to an A before. If you do a level, like, repeatedly, and you just kind of know where everything's gonna spawn, because it doesn't really randomize, it's the same. But once you play through the game once, too, then you get the Out for Blood difficulty unlocked, so you can do all the levels again, but they're much harder. But they throw in some unique challenges, too, so it's kind of neat. And again, I've played all this before. These levels aren't unlocked by default. You have to kind of do them in order normally, and then complete a number of challenges to unlock each thing. And it doesn't matter which challenges you do. You can go back to levels to unlock, to just complete easier challenges if whatever. So to give you an example, it doesn't really show you here, but to unlock the final, it's probably something like, you know, complete 80 challenges, maybe something like that. Let's say, yeah, Pro Skater style progression. So in order to do that, you know, you could go back to the first level. If you've got some challenges left to do there, go back to the easiest level and complete them there. You know, whatever you find that's easy, like collect all the combo tokens, just do that on every level, because that's super simple. Doesn't matter what time you have, etc. Okay, so we got one more level and then the final. So yeah, we'll go ahead and finish this out before I call it a stream. That'll have us right around like somewhere between 2 and 2.5 hours. Like I said, it'll be a shorter stream today, but just really wanted to stream Rollerdrome because it's a really fun game. I feel like it didn't get very much attention after it came out, and that's a little saddening because it's a genuinely fucking awesome game. I get that it's maybe a little bit niche, but it's pretty unique in its execution. Super stylish, great music. It's fun as hell to play once you get used to it. It does take a lot of getting used to, because it's not that the controls are difficult, like, at all, but like just wrapping your head around doing this kind of stuff, at least for me, like that part, it was difficult. And I'm still not very good at the game. Like I said, if I do a level repeatedly, I can get good at it, but going from level to level, I'm not quite so great. I'm not going to worry about any of the challenges, I think. Didn't do that right. Not that it matters, but there was one early challenge that I kept trying to do in this level, which was that you have to kill that guy like with the grenade launcher or something. Well, no, it's not specifically the grenade launcher, but you have to kill him before. No, I guess it is with the grenade launcher. You have to hit him with a grenade, but also kill him before he has a chance to shield, which means basically launching a grenade at him and then shooting him with something else at the same time. Still on cooldown there. What is this? Right, left? That's not it. No, didn't get the charge shot. Taking a lot of damage just trying to do that too. screwing around, I'm gonna die. Let's get rid of you, please. It did not really feel like a perfect dodge, but if you say so. Whoops. I should have been paying attention to that. That surprisingly did not get a kill. Maybe I didn't get like as big of a charge with it or something. Must be the case. I did it again. God damn it. I was trying to jump and dodge really quickly. Whoops. Okay, that was bad. Take your time. missile. Come on, there we go. Killed by your own mine. How does it feel? Oh shit. Throwing. This is why I normally just like using the shotgun. When I start getting fancy with other weapons is when I screw up like a lot. What am I supposed to do during for the trick token on this one? Heartbreaker flip. Okay. Oh, oops. Oh, I have to flip too. It's backbreaker. I don't know that worked. It might have.
Kara Hassan, match victory.
Okay, what kind of bad score did we get? Yeah, it didn't count. It has to be, that had to be, I forget. There's like a button that you need to hold in order to flip consistently, and it's like R1 or something like that. I don't remember which. So I like spun around, but I didn't flip, because I did the Heartbreaker, but you had to flip at the same time. Either that or spinning might have been okay, but I had to do a full 360, and I think I didn't quite make it, so that might have otherwise been acceptable. Started off good. That penalty do take a bite, though. Shouldn't have spent so long trying to be fancy. Either way, we're at the finals now. The finals are definitely tough, and the boss is a little harder. It's basically the same boss, but it's got some added stuff going on. All right, let's finish this. After the stream, my plan is bread and a nap. That sounds good. Like baking bread. I gotta make some bread soon.
Casper X has just finished with an incredible score, and he made it look easy. Kara Hassan will have to do
Oh, just eating bread. Okay.
if she's going to stop him from winning tonight. Whether X or Hassan is crowned the victor, with the death of reigning champion Morgan Frey, this has been a championship of unprecedented extremes. Listeners, as you know, I've been covering Rollerdrome for almost 20 years now. I've seen the world change, the sport change along with it, but this is top sport. It's become something different. And all this complacency. Where's the pushback? Where's the anger? This is normal. It's almost as if... Listeners, we are moments away from...
Sorry, we can snoop on Casper's email if we want. Okay. Right. So they don't really like that Kara is doing as well as she is. Because, like, it does seem a little bit like Casper has got some inside track shit going on. He's been a little bit of a poster boy for them, so they're kind of taking it easy on him. And, you know, again, he's a complete tool. All right. Let's see. Mark II spider tank. Okay. All right. Again, I'm not gonna spend much time reading all this, but you can. I should have done that in the other order, like, because it immediately puts in his. You can still look at your own email first, but as soon as you pick his up, I guess it just sees yours instead. Yeah, Daniel Murphy. So, like, we just read a thing. I mean, I didn't read it out loud, but Daniel Murphy was injured and taken off out of the game. I guess he had kind of sort of found out a little bit about Casper's, like, semi-cheating or whatever's going on. Clarence Hauser being in on it. You know, he's like a corporate head kind of dude. The son was a surprise. We've deployed our best house players and briefed them accordingly. She doesn't stand a chance. So yeah, this has all been kind of organized. It's a little, you know, inside money. But yeah, Daniel was trying to get, like, similar treatment after finding out about that, and then it looks like they arranged to have him taken out. But I don't know that he died. What did it say again? This one. Gravely injured. Well, you know, gravely sounds dead. Or at least dying. Daniel Murphy was gravely injured during a semifinal match earlier today by house player 55, who seemed to have a personal vendetta against him. Not content with shooting him down mid-air, she broke house player protocol and proceeded to stomp on his head until a steward pulled her away. Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe she was paid well to do it. And here we go. Great entrance. Revenge here. I always forget that these guys stomp anyway as soon as they fall. This causes me to take extra damage. else we got here? Give me your health. Thank you. Much appreciated. Big preach. Not into the acid. No, 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 no. Come on, stone. There you go. That was weird. That's I don't know if the sound glitched out there or if I just got like 3 somethings in a row there. Not do enough. Sounded like a sound glitch again. There was too many explosions at once. No. Extremely close to dying there. Okay. Recover. Just down to you. You've gotten a penalty, but okay.
Competitors are to proceed to the next zone.
I know your shield is down, but deal with this guy first. I'll put your legs up. Ah, damn it. Put him down. Oh no. Oh no. That was like the worst possible RNG there. I knew that there'd be missiles coming. Didn't really expect them to be exactly right there. That's alright, we can restart at the boss. We don't need to redo the entire level. It's nice that they give you that if you're not so good at doing the level part like me. Granted, I didn't die in the level, just died to the boss, which I don't know if I've ever actually died to this boss before, or either of them. I just got a little distracted. Was not expecting all of the missiles to be coming in from right there all at once. Okay, bad angle, bad angle. Please, game. Trying to keep my health from being completely, you know, non-existent this time. Come on. I wonder. I've never tried this. It seems like it would work, but I'm not sure. Oh, it does. Okay. That's cool. I didn't think you could do that. I assumed you pretty much had to get on top of the thing. Someone else was still shooting at me? No? Oh, there he is. It's a much easier strategy to just snipe him with this gun than trying to get close. Okay, now we got more shitty shit to deal with. Damn. Are you kidding? That still hit me? Getting a little bit missile crazy there, game. Wait, what? How did you shoot just then? I like stopped aiming in time, I thought. It's gotta be like very precise. Do that one. That one might be better to just kind of get close for. These ones. Ooh, that got a little spicy. We're getting hit off screen. It's a little bit more stylish to like run up the side of the thing and kill it, but it's a lot more effort. Maybe not a lot more, honestly. It's enough effort just to try to line that shit up from afar. Oh, the penalties. Okay. Well, that ought to do it. We should get like another thing.
It's been a record-breaking season for Rollerdrome, with the sport seeing its highest ever viewing figures, and also its fair share of controversy. The season ended on a high tonight with a new champion, the rookie Kara Hassan, who beat out favourite Casper X to take home the coveted trophy. In other news, earlier today the government announced it had passed a motion allowing Matterhorn to run and operate the police forces around the country. They have said their main goal is to make our cities safer. That's all from us here in the studio. Good night.
All right. Poor old Casper. Sore loser. Dear Mr. X, Mr. Hauser has canceled your meeting for tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, he has a very busy schedule and cannot at this time suggest a new date. No email. Celebrating a little early there. I don't remember which one progresses things. What's this? Okay. Should have messed with the tape recorder first, but that's alright. It gives you like a choice to like keep a thing or not, but it's not a big deal. Made by 44 people. Oh no. Hey Alaska, thank you so much for the raid. I'm like right at the end. Maybe I'll do an out for blood level just for the heck of it before we stop. But welcome in, Raiders. Alaska, thank you very much. Hope you guys are doing well. How was your stream? Hold on, let me give you a shout out. It'll let me have to alt tab out of this. I'm just gonna skip the credits. There we go. Overwatch 2. Oscar was too excited to eat McDonald's. He didn't even check to see if you were ending. Very nice. Yeah, Out for Blood was already unlocked. I did all this already. I guess it just tells you this every time you beat the base game. But yeah, just so you can see the difference. So all types of house players appear in every match now, not just like, you know, staggered throughout, you know, not seeing stompers until halfway through, for example. You'll get them from the first level on. You'll have all your weapons unlocked still. They do more damage. And yeah, there's a new soundtrack, which is cool. Or at least, you know, not new in the game, but different from the one that you were already doing. Look at. All right. Yeah, let's do like the base level, because that was all I had done before. I got an A back then. I probably won't now. I don't feel like I did too bad for someone who's super rusty, but you know, certainly not great. I mean, I didn't even do any of the challenges when I did it. Of course, there's only 3 to do. Beat it really fast with a really high score and a single combo, which kind of ties into the really high score part. But I will prepare to get rocked, because this is likely going to be difficult. Let's go with the shotgun. Oh, that's right. I forgot that her, Scots. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Already super hurt. Spicy. What the heck? I guess I, like, focused on the missile behind him somehow? That's weird. You'd think that it would still hit him anyway, but I guess if you're doing the actual targeting, it doesn't work that way. Just handle that differently. Okay, dodge came out a little late there. So many lasers. It's really hard to do tricks consistently in this difficulty because you're getting shot at so often. Okay. missiles. Okay. I legit didn't even see that guy. Okay, okay. Come on. Woo! That's not good. No, 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 no. Give me your health. I missed, okay. Dude went flying. Rough stuff. Even keeping a combo going through that shit it's hard. I mean, again, if I was more practiced with this, I'm sure I could do better at least. What do we even end up with? Holy shit, the penalty is rough on that one. C is better than, well, it's certainly not as good as A. Anyway. But yeah, by the time I did Out for Blood originally, like, I was a lot more practiced with this, so getting an A wasn't too hard. I feel like I'm trying to be too fancy a lot of the time now, because back then it was a little simplistic, but I used to mostly just use the shotgun because it's kind of like the best all-around weapon. Because the thing about, like, the pistols, the dual pistols are cool, right? But you gotta, not only do you have to be a little spammy with them, there's certain things that they just don't really work on, like the big mechs and riot guards with their shields basically just don't take damage, you know. At least the riot guards won't when they're blocking. Once you've eliminated their shield, you know, stunned them for a moment, then you can. But and then the teleport laser dudes, those guys, they teleport after taking like an instance sort of damage. Usually for the pistols, that means as long as you're spamming, you can get a couple of hits in, but it's not like a lot. The best weapon for them tends to be the laser bolt caster thing. And you know, unless you're getting a bullet time shot, one of the turbo shots, I forget what the actual mechanic is called, you can't usually kill them in one hit. But if you get like the turbocharge thing and you fully charge it, which costs like two bars worth of ammo, then you can kill them in one hit with it. But that's really the only way to do it. Headshots, I think, do make a difference in this game, but like when you're already zooming around super fast and you're constantly in motion, even when you're in the air, and sometimes your target's super far away, like actually aiming for a headshot is kind of difficult. I don't really have any like sort of aim assist turned on, but you will notice that because the laser gun would be like so difficult to use otherwise, like they do give you like a wide hitbox to use with it. So you don't have to aim like exactly at an enemy. If they're far away, you can kind of aim in their general vicinity. And as long as the little reticle is red, the center pip on it anyway, then you know that you're going to hit them. Unless something would somehow cause them to move, which usually the enemies, if they're a normally kind of stationary enemy, they're not going to move. There's ones that obviously do move around. The mechs move around. The teleporters will at least teleport from place to place. The stompers will fly around. That sort of stuff. The melee guys they'll start off being stationary, but they'll close in when you get close. So they can sort of move. But everything else pretty much just like sits still. Which is good, because if you had to keep track of where everything was moving, I think this game would be like far more complicated. Anywho. So yeah, that was Rollerdrome. Obviously there's a lot more Out for Blood. Maybe I'll do some other Out for Blood on another stream sometime. It's really hard, so I don't know how good I would ever be at it, unless I practice. But, you know, sometime in the future, perhaps. It's a very cool game. I highly recommend it if you are into this sort of stuff. Also, sorry I didn't say hey to everyone. Talking Sandwich, Ara, if you're still here, hello. I was very focused on what I was doing. Lithaniel, you too. I don't think I said hello. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I did see your Discord message, by the way, Ara. Thank you for thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. But yeah, just a short stream today. I mean, it was close to 3 hours. It's not super short. Said it before you noticed I was streaming. It's okay. Don't even worry about it. Honestly, a work colleague has been pinging me with messages my entire stream, so I got to go deal with stuff. But thankfully, it wasn't like super urgent. Otherwise, I would have potentially had to end midstream. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to stream next. I got to figure some stuff out. This was kind of like a bit of a whim in the first place. I do want to replay Signalis and get the true ending, you know, the secret ending. I just don't know if that's going to be next. I'm not really sure what I feel like. The thing is, I really want to stream, particularly when I have time to do it. There just haven't been like a lot of like, holy shit, I want to play this games right now. There's games I'm looking forward to. Callisto Protocol was one of those games, and then it I guess that's part of it. You know, you ever get like a game experience that you're looking forward to, whether it's brand new or you've played it before, but then it just doesn't quite hit the spot, and then suddenly you feel a little deflated about other games. I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I want to stream. It's like I've got the motivation to do that, thankfully. I don't feel burnt out at all. At least regarding streaming. Work is maybe a different story, but yeah, there's like, I've got a crap ton of stuff in my Steam library I could play. I just am not sure what I want to, but we'll see. I'll figure something out for the next time. I'm not sure when I will stream next either. It might not be till the weekend. I really got to focus on trying to get some work done. You know, but maybe just keep your eye out anyway. There's always the possibility of a sneaky weekday stream. Generally speaking, I tend to keep them kind of short on the weekdays because there's just more stuff going on. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Let's see. Let me just see what's going on elsewhere. Sammy is streaming. Although I think she's about to end. Anjanou, aka Quellegg, aka Rachel, is streaming. Of course, I'm looking at an ad. I'd kind of like to raid somebody since I've gotten a couple today. More than a couple. I've gotten 3 raids today. Jeez. Let me just see. Hold on, I gotta make sure I spell her name right. She's playing Bloodborne right now. I don't know how much longer she'll even be streaming. But, why not? go. Okay. All right. Y'all, thank you again so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed Rollerdrome. Yeah, I said it right the first time. As much as I enjoy playing it. Yeah, there might be some more later. Still recommend Observation if it's something you want to play or have time for. I will try to remember to look into that. I still haven't really had the chance, but yeah, maybe pop that into the Discord for me if you don't mind. Otherwise, I have a tendency to forget just because I've had so much going on lately. But yeah, I'll take a look. I do appreciate recommendations in general. But yeah, thanks again, guys. If I don't see you for the rest of the week, maybe over the weekend or whatever, but either way, take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your day / night. Say hi to Anjanu, to Rachel for me. And yeah, I'll see you later. Peace.